Okay, when you're ready, let's go. Push down to P17. Drop to P15. Right, so our fastest lap currently 1 minute 07.0.
Quindi che cazzo non Bosma?
We've dropped to P20.
Good day over. Ragazzi.
And we've been pushed down to P20.
Did you know if you go to this website, enter the topic you're interested in, it'll create a presentation for you? I've been in arguments with people. I'm like, are you saying that they don't own the cars, or are you saying in that situation they should? What would be the maximum budget that you want to spend for your job? Do you want to have one section, two sections, or three sections? There's 4 or 5 or 6 people in a section. What do you think? What is the maximum range of the longest trip from A to B? What do you think that would be? 5 or 6 times a year, I'd say. This is the range for indoor nonstop.
The report's good. We're looking at a dry session.
You are just barely. Matter of fact, if the winds get a little bit worse and get the 75 knots average, you're not going to make it back in that G280. One of the things people don't ever ask, which they absolutely should ask, is how much baggage can I put in my airplane? You can see that this number is the 6.4 cubic meters of luggage, and this is half. And I can tell you, this is a nightmare question. Every time somebody has an airplane, they never ask this question, and this is the most important thing of every flight. So this is 100% scale, okay? So I'm 6 foot, I'm 180. This is the exact size. And so if I wanted to take, let's say, the seats on the Gulfstream and compare it to the Challenger, that's the difference in the aisle width. It doesn't look like too big of a deal. You're getting a little bit more aisle width, but really where you see the difference is when we look at as a floor plan. So this is 100% scale of the Gulfstream 550. You got the kitchen door here, the galley door, and most airplanes, the front section has these 4 single seats. This is really the normal setup. So the G550, this is what it looks like outside, and this is what it looks like inside. So you can see it's got those 3 sections. This is the door that closes off, and you got that bedroom back there and the bathroom behind it. This airplane's got, for the class, it's got the biggest window. See how big that window is? It's a huge window. This is twice the size of, let's say, the windows on the airlines. Up front, you have a really big kitchen. Flight attendant can prepare anything. They can bring your food from Whole Foods, or you can get it from Harry's Bar, or wherever you want it, and you can get it from whatever place you want, but it's nice when it's prepared fresh on the airplane. Let's say this airplane, you're going to fly it 350 hours a year, and you're going to pay $450 a gallon, okay? That airplane's going to cost about $3.6 million a year to run it, okay, which is about $10,000 an hour. Really, the main thing, there's 3 things you can do to interior. There's soft goods, which is all the fabrics, whether it's the side panels, the ceiling, the seats, the carpet, that kind of stuff. Then the other part is the color of the wood. And then the other one is moving furniture around. To move furniture around is very...
Percentage of jet owners would you say just genuinely have it for personal use or corporate use, or is a year just to maintain it and upkeep it? Are you seeing that more and more jet owners are buying it, understanding that, for example, in my position, I'm spending maybe $400,000 or $500,000 a year on jet charters. Why don't I buy a jet myself, and then why don't I charter it out in the meantime?
Well, that is a great question. When you're operating it, when you have an airplane, the budget is broken up into 2 things. You got fixed cost, and you have variable cost. Fixed cost is what you have to pay whether you fly 1 hour or 400 hours, okay? It's the pilot salaries, it's the insurance, it's the hangar, all those things, whether you move the airplane or not, you pay. And then every hour you fly it, you have fuel, landing fees, catering, pilots, hotels, Eurocontrol flight, all that kind of stuff. So the variable cost per hour is $5,700. So if you're flying 400 hours a year, it costs you $4,000 an hour fixed cost, plus 50, so it's $9,500 an hour. But if you start flying more hours, then this is less per hour, so it's cheaper to fly per hour the more you fly it. If you're able to charter this airplane for $12,000 an hour, dollars we're talking about, and every hour is costing you half that, that means you're making $6,000 an hour profit, not including fixed costs. If you can charter the airplane out for 200 hours, that's 200 times 6, you're making a profit of $1.2 million. That comes off of this, and now your fixed costs are only $400,000. So if you're flying now half 200 hours in Europe, and you're renting it up 200 hours, if you get this to $400,000 and you're flying 200 hours a year, it's $2,000 an hour plus this, so now it's costing you $7,500 an hour. And the more you fly it, the cheaper it gets. You'll say, well, I can go rent it out 300 hours a year. You can, but every other day you're going to get a phone call. You have to give owner approval, and you're going to say, well, who is it? And, I just did the interior. I don't want them to have red wine. I don't want them to smoke. I don't want them to have a dog. I don't want them to have a coffee, yeah? Because they're going to split on the carpet, and on a Gulfstream, to replace the carpet. It's $70,000. So, or if you have a kid who's chartering the plane, he has a Sharpie, and he's, oh, mommy, and right across the wall on the suede, and you're not going to get it out, so you have to replace the pan. These kind of things are inconvenient. What would be the maximum?
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out onto the track. drop to P20. Okay, I'm afraid we've been pushed down to P16.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we... Welcome to Spielberg for another exciting Formula One race. This circuit is renowned for its backdrop, surrounded by natural beauty, and it certainly is an idyllic destination for the Austrian Grand Prix. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit.
I know you're frustrated to be this far back on the grid, but you've got to keep that under control. Keep a cool head and work your way through the field gradually as you go. It's not all going to be won or lost at the first corner. Okay, DRS is now available. You need to give that place back, I'm afraid. That was an illegal overtake. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Nice move, good job. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 4.8 seconds. experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Okay, careful with the overtakes. That was a bit risky. We could have received a penalty. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position. Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. Okay, this is good. You're catching the car ahead. dirty air of the car in front. Let's get past them. Yellow flag. Okay, clear. I'm afraid Kevin's dropped out of the race. Okay, we've got a full course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the Delta. We need to keep it positive to have... The safety car might be deployed...
The checker flag is out. The crowd are on their feet. Our winner crosses the line. It's Joe Grant.